Hello and welcome to today's episode. Today I'm going to take you guys through 10 different exercises that you can do to help treat or prevent a quadriceps strain. Now this is an injury that I've suffered with in my previous training, and these exercises have really helped. So when you're ready, join me on the mat. Coming into our first exercise, you're going to find a seated position that's slightly elevated so that your feet can be at 90 degrees. Once you've got to this position, you're going to flex and extend the knee. So contract that quadriceps as soon as the leg straightens. Make sure that the foot is flexed so that we're activating the quadriceps and we're protecting the knee. Remember to move slowly if you do have a quadriceps strain or are recovering from one, and remember not to do any of these exercises if they cause you any pain. Our seated knee marches are going to get into our hip flexors and then also activate the quadriceps. So this exercise is great if you are in your first phase of quadriceps strain rehab. Slightly more advanced in the progression of your rehab, we're going to come into a 90 hover squat. So we're not coming all the way up and we're keeping the tension in the quads as you come up to a 90-degree hold. Remember to keep a slight bend in the knee and control the motion down, because that's really where we're getting into the strengthening of your quadriceps tendon and muscles. Another brilliant exercise in treating and preventing quadriceps strain, especially a quadriceps tendon rupture or tear. So you want to straighten your leg that is affected. Make sure to flex that foot and contract the quadriceps by pressing your knee into the ground before lifting it up. This is going to make sure that you're engaging the quadriceps again and protecting the knee as you lift it up. More advanced exercise for those who are in further phase rehab, you're going to come onto one standing leg of the affected knee and you're going to slightly bend the opposite knee down to the ground. Make sure that all your weight is in the front standing leg and you keep a slight bend throughout. An exercise to follow up from the previous exercise, once you have no pain there, you're going to go from a short stance lunge to a longer stance lunge. Again, still keeping all the weight in the standing leg and reversing the leg backwards and forwards. Make sure that all the weight is coming up through the heel of the standing leg and you're not placing any pressure on the knee. By keeping a slight bend throughout, we're really making sure that the isometric contraction of the quadriceps is firing. The wall sit is another great isometric exercise that you can do to strengthen your quads. So what you want to do is you want to slide down against the wall, making sure that your knees stay 90 and don't go past that throughout the wall sit. Simply hold this position for 30 seconds. Now this is an exercise you want to do before performing any squats. It's our kneeling squats. So what this is going to do is going to make sure that you're stretching your hip flexors as well as engaging the quadriceps at a lower intensity. So you're going to sit down onto your heels, and then as you lift yourself up, you're going to contract your quadriceps so that your quads are moving your torso up towards a standing position. Our hovering lunge up is getting into that quadriceps of the affected leg, as well as stretching out the hip flexor on the opposite side. So more often than not, our hip flexor on the unaffected leg becomes very stiff because it overcompensates and does most of the work that the injured leg would have done before. So this exercise is great in treating and preventing any injury from reoccurring. Sticking to our quadriceps and isometric exercises, this one is adding a bit more of a dynamic element, and we're coming up into a 90-degree squat hover and then coming back down onto our knees. Make sure to do this exercise quite slowly and controlled, and remember, this is one of the advanced ones. So if you're in the first phases of rehab, rather skip this one until about 3 or 4 weeks into your rehab. Alright guys, those are the 10 exercises that you can do to treat or prevent quadriceps strains. I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.